Welcome one, welcome all. FSBRacing.com on the air. Welcome Friday nights, Winston Cup racing at Daytona. Big field tonight. I didn't think everyone was even going to be able to get in on this race. Might be some spectators on the outside looking in, as we have a gigantic field. All the names are here. Got defending Winston Cup champion Robert Bochum. We got perennial contender Matt Watkins. We got Nicole, who's off to a great start with the new team. We got new teams all over the place. We got the return of the number 2 car. That's right, Wayne Osborne is back. Great to see him out here. Yeah, he's in Canada, but I'll let him slide.
Just like I told these boys in the meeting, we don't need anything over the top today. We got a good race car, we got a good driver, we got a good pit crew. All we got to do is just everybody carry their weight. We'll be just fine at the end of this thing. 10-4.
And
Now, bud.
with the command and the national anthem out of the way, the FSB Corvette is ready to lead the cars out onto the track here at Daytona. As the Daytona BR course, as we discussed earlier on Wednesdays, and of course the BR tracks are the outside line tracks. So we'll see 2 groove racing here. Man, I was watching practice earlier. Hoo boy, if the practice is going to be like this race, I better get an extra large bottle of water. I got a beer. I might need to get an ice chest.
Right,
here we go.
Fun doesn't start until we ask our drivers a question. Are you ready? Drivers, will you please start your engine?
Yeah, get a lot of static. I'm going to switch radios real quick. Wait still. Calling off. What are you doing, buddy? Oh, sitting here in the race car.
Bump up that sound just a little.
You know, this was us right here, stalling 19.
And let's meet our field. And there we are, the 29 car on the pole. Jeff run like hail. Slim Sim Racing. Jeff, winner Pro Cup Daytona race just on Wednesday night. So he's on a high. He's on a roll. And definitely one of the cars to beat. Faux show. Robert Bochum on the outside pole. Defending Winston Cup champion. Winner of the Daytona 2.4 hours. Yes, he can turn left and right, people, and win races and win championships. That's the whole package. You got Sam Young in the 98 car. Sam been a little racy in these opening super speedway races, and cut his teeth on the short tracks, but he's letting it stretch out here on the big courses. Here's a little in-car view, riding with Sam. Of course, Sam, Team FSB, one of my new teammates. Great guy. And we're going to see that Corvette peel off. And we're going to see 80 laps of racing here at Daytona. And he'll bring the field down, and green flag is out, and away we go. Restrictor plate racing, going to take a little time for these cars to get up to speed. As you see this, a huge field streaming out of the tri-oval and going now into turn 1 for the first time. FSB rules, of course, no passing to the backstretch. Cars will stay in line here. As you see that inside line, it just really blowing up early. Robert Bochum, outside pole, really struggling to keep up with the inside line right now. Not getting a lot of help again either, as coming out onto the backstretch, lots of cars dove down to that inside line. And right now we got a one big train leaving the station. big field here streaming out before you. We'll get some spectator shots here so you can really appreciate the enormity. Look at that. It's like, looks like a real race here, doesn't it? And that's because it's about as real as you can get without being there. As they stream down the backstretch, 190 plus miles an hour, 193 as Jeff goes into turn 3. Sam right on his back bumper there. Get some speed shots here for you. Second place there, Sam. Third place, Mark Favorite in the 44 car. There's Mark. 51 of Dave Jandry right behind him. Good to see Dave back out on the track. 129, Jeff Stone right behind him. A lot of new paints out here too as well. We'll check those paints out as the race goes on. There's the 06 of Mr. Farmer. And then we're back to Pinky, number 23, Jim Scharf. Affectionately known as Pinky. And that outside line, you see Farmer there, Bill Farmer drifted up just a bit there, almost caught the 77. Pat doing a good job there, giving a little ground, letting Bill take that spot and avoid any carnage, so nice job there. Here we see the 80 Ed Finley in the U.S. Air Force ride. Right behind him, Mike Pruitt in the 72. And there's that outside line with Bill, Pat, et al. And then we see Robert Bokum, who's really drifted back here. He's sitting in there behind the 30 car, Mike Gridry, in that Pennzoil ride. Mike, we need to talk, bud. Don't got your paint. Some good 2x2 action here. As we continue into the field here, we see the 26 car, Bill Martino, down low. Right behind him, the dog in the 108. There's 30 of Mike Gidry, Robert Bokum right behind him, 83 of Steve Weber, the big cactus from Tucson. Coming over to the East Coast here to ride a little Daytona. As the field streams by again, we've completed 5 laps. There's your running order. Jeff Hale has covered the field. He's led a ton of laps here at Daytona this week. Let's go a little further back. There's the 50 of George Iman. The 101 Alan Myers right behind him. 19 of Troy Higgins. 191 of Mike Sanders. 07 of Ken Soska. As we get to about the midfield here. Yeah, I'm still going. I'm not running out of cars either yet. Right behind Ken is the 5 car Nicole Johnson. Listen to that field stream by. My goodness. 68 of Chet Barkin there on the outside of Matt Watkins on the 15 car down on the low line. Yeah, I'm still going. I'm still going. The 43 of Rick Bisconer. 63 of Monty Lidberg there in the another paint challenged car. I know those possums paint. Now, come on now. Just because you're a possum don't mean you can't paint. But as we see his teammate on the outside, the 48, Greg Combs, Raptor. Maybe Raptor can slap a coat of paint on Monty's car there. And they're right on the outside of Monty is the 6 car Mark DeSenza. In some new colors, Wrangler sponsorship this year for Mark. 151, Cobra, Ford, Guy Petra. 303 of Kenron right behind him as we're getting toward now, finally getting toward the end of this field. 99 of Pops Margison. There's the 2 car. Welcome back, Wayne Osborne. Good to see him again. He's a threat. Don't fall asleep on him. 88 of Joe Cutter. Of course, yeoman's work last season, but for Joe Cutt, adminning the series again this season. And first race of the year, 34 car something field. So good job, Joe. Here's the 54 car. Checking speeds here. We see in the turn Bill Yarborough doing 191. So speeds are up. 9 of Ken Hansen playing possum on the back, but he's not a possum. He's with Thor Dog Racing now. And we got a little mowing going on there, and now we got a wreck. The 303 is spinning, evasive action taken. And it looks like everyone's okay. We're going to get a race back to the line now. Let's check out the front of the field here as we slowly work our way to the front. With the caution is out. Or is it? Caution is out. Jeff does take the caution, so he will be our leader. As they woo the field down here. We're on lap 11 of 80, our first caution of the night. Looked like the 303 of Ken Ron was involved in that. We'll let's kind of take a look back at that with Ken. And there we see excuse me, there was a car running down through the grass there, which kind of touched this thing off. And let's see if we can find out who that was. Well, let's see. See if I can pick this car out. It's not easy. There we go. Ed. Ed went for a ride. As you can see, he went down into the grass. Came back up. And immediately was into a 3-wide situation there. That is a situation. And as we go further back now, back to Ken, we can see that there's already, the Kens have already gotten together. And it looks like the 7 locked up the brakes to maybe avoid contact, and Nicole had nowhere to go. And that was nothing that she could have done there. As you see, the 07 spun. Ken Ron nowhere to go. The 5 car doing a tremendous job of slowing down and avoiding any contact other than that first bump. Ken Ron a little worse for wear there though, and the 07 car. As we go back live here. There we see Nicole definitely needing 4 tires. So our first caution of the night, Ken Soska, a little bump from Nicole, spinning, collecting Ken Ron. And we see Ken there coming out. Car doesn't look too bad. So we'll see how he perseveres. As we're on lap 12 now. About 17, 18 laps of fuel. Probably 17. So a 12 lap or 11 lap green run. Everyone's coming in for fuel. Tire wear not really a big factor here. So you might see some fuel only stops. And looks like Jeff will be reassuming the lead here after the yellow flag pit stops. Lights are still on the pace car, so we'll be doing at least one more lap. And we'll reset this field here, and this is a good opportunity with the lights on that we can meet the field again. Southern Comfort, Jeff Hale. Nice looking ride. And now that's a race car. 98 of Sam Young. 44 of Mike Favorite. Rosie Greer, Pabst Blue Ribbon, baby. That's what it's all about. A lot of beer themed cars tonight. Lowenbrow ride of Dave Jandry. Pinky there in the Freightliner ride, number 23. There's the 129's new paint job, Sin City Motorsports. Jeff Stone. That's a distracting paint job, I'll tell you. 72 car, Mike Pruitt and Jack Daniels ride, Monsoon Motorsports. Borla exhaust for Bill Martino in the 26 car, Toyota Camry. Another Camry in the field, the 83 of Steve Weber. Monsoon Motorsports. George Hyman, Beeman Pontiac of Murfreesboro, Nashville. Now that's a mouthful. Good looking Pontiac. Hey, and next up, the 06, Bill Farmer, Farmer Contracting, tooting his own horn. Isn't that like him? Isn't that just like a contractor to blow your own horn? Man, I'll tell you. Apple Collision Centers, Robert Bokum, and of course, our defending series champion as well. And of course, Apple Collision Center is our series sponsor, and we very much appreciate their sponsorship. We very much appreciate them also sponsoring Robert Bokum as well. And boy, since they've been on his hood, he's been in victory lane quite often. So I'm sure they're very pleased with the relationship that they have now. Robert Bokum, champion last season, carrying the colors for the series sponsor, Apple Collision Centers. Dog Palmer in the 108. A little Thor dog action there on the hood. 101 Alan Myers, and that's a 101 Airborne, baby. I couldn't hack the Airborne. I was an infantryman. I was a grunt. I was a ground pounder. I was a red leg. Couldn't handle the Airborne boys. Little too much. 19 of Troy Higgins in the Geico ride. Chrysler, yeah. We got all kinds of makes and models. Chrysler, Pontiac, Chevy, Ford, Toyota. Ford Thunderbird, Ed Finley, Air Force. 68 car, Chet Barkin. Classic STP, Richard Petty, colors. Another typical contractor. Pat Rouchet, Voodoo Motorsports principal. What a team has he put together this offseason, folks. I mean, crazy. He's in his new ride, new colors, Pat's remodeling. What hasn't changed, the 77 number. There's his teammate right behind him. We gotta, again, get some paint for the Mike Guidry in the 30 ride. 191 Golden Nugget ride of Mike Sanders, and I couldn't even get through this field before we're back to green flag racing. Let's let's go back up front to our leaders real quick. And we see that Jeff Hale has let him off. And away we go again. Lap 15 of 80. So assuming we stay green, we're looking at, 32, 33, lap 31, 32, 33 for green flag stops. Yeah, I'm just soaking it in. Just soaking it in. Sometimes not talking is better than talking. And there's someone I failed to mention as you staying toward the back of the field, and this damn field's so big. By the time I get close to him, we're back to action. The 0-2 of Dave Simons. So there we are. Shout out, Dave. Sorry about that, bud. That's a good looking throwback ride as well. I like the paint, like the scheme. And there's another guy we haven't had a chance to mention yet, the 53 car, TG Reed, Skull Bandit, Harry Gant. Of course, Harry drove the green Skull. This is the black Skull. But Skull nonetheless. Back to the front, Jeff Hale is our leader. And Jeff's led a ton of laps this week here at Daytona. He had a great ride on Wednesday night in the Pro Cup. Starting tonight, we're on lap 18. I think he's probably led 17 of the 18. Maybe he didn't lead a lap under caution. But other than that, I mean, he's just been spectacular. And I know he wants to get that new paint scheme in the victory lane. And as we also see now, a lot of single file racing. These guys are smart. There's no need for 2x2 racing. Too many X factors there of things can go wrong. We finally get a little 2x2 action about 12th, 13th, 14th position. And now you see also a breakaway of the main field here has broken away, as you see Ken Hansen in that Coors ride anchoring this part of the field. And then as we go back, there's a break and now a gap, a new pack, the 6, the 5, the 0-2, the 7. Don't know what kind of success they're going to have. And then all of a sudden we go back a little further and we got the 53, the 88, and yes, that is the 15 car, Matt Watkins. Checking the running order here. Matt Watkins showing in the 34th position right now. No cars have retired, but the 63 car is in jeopardy of going a lap down. Let's check that out. And here we see the 63 car getting overtaken by the front part of the field. So Monty will go a lap down here. And looks like he was able to find a space there and see if he can ride right there, which is what he would really like to do. To have any kind of chance to get your lap back, you got to stay close to the front of the field there. Not an easy thing to do either as you get overtaken with the draft. You see a little side-by-side action, the 50, 108, 06, 19. A little side-by-side. And looks like everything is settled in with that, so that's good. Oh, and there's a little touch there of the 06 and the 108. Dog did drift up a little touch of the wall. Don't think there's any damage, but certainly killed the momentum there for the dog. Let's see if the 19 of Troy Higgins can assist here and get dog back up to speed with maybe a little bump draft in there. But just a slight touch of doors there, but just in the wrong place of the track. Dog did slide up the track, maybe a little wall brush, but don't think there's any major problems that he's going to have as far as the car is concerned. Of course, he did lose some positions. And really is the only side-by-side action on the track as we continue. We see the 151 of Guy Peter also on that outside line along with the 19 and 108. That's about it. This is not what we saw in practice. We saw basically the parade lap after lap after lap, and then it got 3 wide, and then it got 4 wide, and then some people got dead. But it was some really intense racing. But we're seeing a lot of conservative. Follow the leader here. This is kind of what you have to do here at Daytona. Bide your time. Only lap 26 of 80. So you're just thinking of your next stop now. We're about 6, let's say 5 to 7 laps away from green flag pit stops. And, of course, while we have the time, a little shout-out to my partner in crime, who hopefully will be joining us very shortly for these broadcasts. I'm dying here, Milty. Milt Mintner Jr. Shout-out, Milty. We're always thinking of you here, bud. We miss you. But he'll be back soon enough, and then I'll be like, can you shut up already? But one who is pretty much shutting the door on the competition right now is the 29. I mean, what more can I say about it? I mean, he's doing everything that you're supposed to do to win a race here at Daytona. You start on the pole, you lead the most laps, and then you're there at the end to take the checker. And I think that's a strategy. That's always a strategy. He loves the pole. He loves leading laps and he likes winning, of course, like everyone does. But some people like to bide their time and work their way to the front. That ain't Jeff. You can see that long snake of a field just streaming down the backstretch. Everyone's nose to tail. 77, 30, 68, 108, 191, 99. All nose to tail. There's the 2 car. That '06 really likes running the middle portion of the track. Not where you would normally expect any given car to run, as the caution has come out. And as we go through the field here, we'll try to see if there's... Ah, look at that. 43 Rick Visconner blew up. And that did bring out the caution. And then this is the race back to the line as they come into the tri-oval. And down the backstretch, and they'll be slowing. And let's go back live. And we see the field coming into the pits. Some have stayed out. We see the 29 Jeff Hale coming down pit lane, 55 miles an hour. Right behind him, 98 of Sam Young. Right behind him, 44 and 51. Mark Favorite, Dave Jandry, respectively. Bill Farmer wedging into the pit, as does Pat, as does Troy Higgins. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh! Nice job there by Ed. Wow, that is not easy to do. Very risky to do as well, as you can get black flag for driving backwards on the track, even though he was just backing up into his stall. The game doesn't really care sometimes. It will just zap you. But great job there by Ed of keeping the composure and getting the stop done. And it's Daytona. He didn't lose a lap. And again, we'll go back up to the front. We'll check our running order here. Lap 30 of 80, 10 laps from halfway. Welcome tonight. Glad you could join us. FSBRacing.com. Check it out. Check on the website. Check it out. Check it out. You'll like it. If you like racing, you like it. If you don't like racing, then it don't matter, because you won't be listening and it won't matter anyways. Also, like to give some thanks to our CEO, COO, CFO, Jim Ray, boss man, Jim Ray, we call him. Thanks, boss, for putting the league out here, for giving all these guys a place to be a little competitive, have fun, talk a little trash, but always respect in the end. And that's what this league's all about, and that's why we're all here, because this is what we like to do. And as we can see the running order here, some couple cars did. I see. I'm already doing it. Onto my third bottle of water already with lap 30. The 0253 and a host of these cars, or actually, looking at it now, just the 02 and 53 have elected to stay out as of right now. There's the 53 TG Reese, the 02 of Dave Simons. Let's see what they elect to do. I would think that they would be peeling down into pit lane now. Dave Simons may have been credited with a lap led there, and that's a bonus point. And if you're running points for the series, for the season, you get 1 bonus point per race. That's 20 points at the end of a season. That's a huge amount of points. That's 20 positions on the track you gain by doing really nothing except strategically leading 1 lap during an entire race. Sometimes you never get the opportunity, of course, but when you do, that's what you need to do if you're doing a points racing season, is lead a lap, get those bonus points, and see where it takes you. Here we see the Coors War Wagon. Hopefully Simon's boys there are holding off on the Coors until after the race. And a little controversy I'll have to share with the fans here. A little controversial there with the Coors War Wagon of Dave Simons and the Coors sponsorship of Ken Hansen. Words were exchanged. I heard a couple beer cans may have empty beer cans may have been thrown at each other's crews. No comment by either driver. I think I heard Ken Hansen mumbling something about, get a real sponsor or something to that effect. I don't want to stir the pot here between the 02 and the 9, but wow, there were some. We may think Jeff Gordon and those boys, Kevin Harvick, and all those boys have issues. We got some issues here. Nah, not really. I'm just making it all up. But didn't it sound good when you were listening? Admit it. You liked hearing that story. Send any complaints and comments to Jim Ray at fsbracing.com. All right. Lap 32 of 80. Jeff Hale covering the field all night so far. Who will be the challenger for Jeff Hale? I don't know. Look at this field. My goodness, I can't even talk. There's so many engines going by. One thing I do notice as I look at this running order as we go back to Green Flag Racing, the 15 car Matt Watkins was 34th. Now he's 20th. And yes, I know. He wins a lot of races. He's a great driver. And that's putting it mildly. But you have to still admire the skill that it takes to do what he does with huge fields. He very rarely runs into trouble. Very rarely wrecks himself. If ever have I seen it. And it's just, when I grow up, I want to be Matt Watkins. Well, not really. Just want to drive like Matt Watkins, okay? Sorry, Matt. I don't want to gross you out there. But the 29 is grossing this field out. He's been leading. Sam Young second. He's been holding station right behind Jeff. Sam biding his time here. I'm really convinced he wants to go onto that outside line, but he knows he's going to have friends. And right now, the 44-51, I don't know how friendly they would be to him. Not to say that they're not friends, but in the racing sense, I don't know if he has any right now. Um, so we'll see if he does something like that, or if he's going to be willing to stay right there until there's one or two to go, and then make that one final move to see if it can pay some dividends. And of course, always appreciate feedback from the viewing audience. Please, comments are appreciated. Negative, positive, indifferent. And besides, it won't matter to me what you say anyways. Well, this field has really stayed intact. That's pretty impressive, in my opinion. We got some side-by-side racing here with Bill Martino on the inside, Jeff Stone on the outside, Troy Higgins. Boy, Troy Higgins has just been loving some outside line tonight. Love that speed shot. Still single file for about the top 10. Then a little side by side there. But boy, I'll tell you what, tonight is a very interesting race. The outside line is supposed to be effective here on the BR tracks. These guys are not willing to test that theory right at the moment. As I said, in practice, man, it was a free-for-all. Now, you can see that when the chips are on the table, there's a little different mindset in the racing of these guys. This is about as close to professional style race car driving, sim racing, as you can get. These guys are good. Which is why I'm not on the track. I'm announcing. I know better. As Clint Eastwood always has said, man's gotta know his limitations. So I'll stick in the booth, I'll talk my trash, and let these guys do what they do best, which is what we're watching right now. And gals, Nicole. I haven't forgot you, Nicole. It'd be nice to see more girls out. Hey, I'm gonna call one out. I'm calling Dawn Butcher out right now. Needs to get her butt back here and start mixing it up again like she used to. We have a caution out. Jeff Hale did take the caution. We see some smoke. We see Ken Hansen here slowly getting back up to speed. Let's take a look and see if something happened to Ken. Oh, and the 53 and 108 had a big time collision. And cars are still spinning, and Ken had nowhere to go on the grass in contact with the 07. 07's had a nightmare of a race so far. He's trying to copy some of my old racing. And let me tell you, man, don't do it. Between me and you, just don't do it, man. So we see Dog here slow down and TG get into the back of him. But what we don't see is what they were seeing out their window, which was this. And this is a mess. This is a mess. Wow. really strange occurrences here. Here we go. And we see a little contact there between the 15 and 54. Matt Watkins in the 15, 54 Bill Yarbrough. A little contact sent Bill down into the apron. Great job of saving it, but the car just got out from under him. Ken slid to probably as he was wowing down. Mike Sanders there in the 191, 72 of Mike Pruitt just skate by. And then, yeah, that's ugly. Bam, blam, wham, pops just getting by. 54 Bill Yarbrough not getting by. 80 of Ed Philly not getting by. 07 spinning into the grass. 02 of Dave Simons looks like he woed down enough. And just a mess, folks. Just a mess. And that's what Daytona does, though, too. And I think we might have our first retirements of the night. Let's check our running order. 43, of course, we saw blow the engine earlier, causing the first caution. And now, unfortunately, Bill Yarbrough, with the contact with Matt Watkins there, has also retired. 303 Ken Ron 1 lap down. But we still have 33 cars on the lead lap. Feel for you, Bill. Bad luck there, bud. So let's check our running order. Lap 40 of 80. Just about to get halfway. And we can see some cars ahead of them. I don't know if those guys got trapped on the tail end of the lead lap. We'll take a look here as they cross the line. Yeah, it looks like the 02 is good. Oh no, okay, so these guys just didn't stop after the incidents. So let's check the back of the running order here. So we do see that the 63 and 303 are 1 lap down. The 80 and up, 80, 53, and 02 are on the lead lap. And more strategy being employed there by Dave Simon. So, assuming that those 3 peel into the pits, which I am almost certain that they will, we'll again hand the lead over to the 29 car Jeff Hale. As we just approach halfway. Glad everyone could join us tonight. FSBRacing.com, Winston Cup, Friday nights, Aero 88 series, or mod, if you will. We're at Daytona with the BR version of the track in effect. Not one person told me I had this effing racing line on. Thanks, everyone. There we go. That stupid line. Okay. Yeah, I know when. Yeah, I cheat. Sue me. Alright, so pace car lights are out. Jeff will yet again lead the field down. And we will begin green flag racing again at lap 43. Here's our top 10. Our top 20. Our top 30. Yes, top 30 people. Top 30. Yes, 36 car field starting the race. Very close, very close. Well, definitely the largest field of the last 3 seasons. So we do appreciate everyone showing up, turning out, friends and family, hopefully cheering them on. Alright, here we're getting ready to light this thing up again. Pace car is off. Jeff Hale leading down. And away we go. Look at the field stream out from the start finish line. That's something to see right there, man. Look at that. Almost the entire straightaway there are cars. That's a great field. That's participation. But that's because that's this league. That's what this league does. It promotes, it makes people wanna race. And speaking of racing, yes, I know. Matt Watkins, 15 car. Where is he? He's up to 12th. I mean, it's ridiculous, but there he is. Checking on our series champion, Robert Bokum. See, Robert's doing the back of the field strategy still, halfway through the race. So Robert Bokum, very interesting strategy now. With just half the race left, that's maybe just one stop. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know if I'd want to be in 30th right now if I could help it. And you can see that there is a distinct second group now from this restart. And there's a good look at that second group there. Ken Hansen. Raptors in there. Dave Simons, it looks like. Yeah, spectator view, hard to see some numbers sometimes. Pops is there. Dog is there. Ken Soska with probably a beat-up car is also there. Then to the lead pack. Joe Cudd on the anchor. Jeff Hale on point. That's a very common theme tonight. Jeff Hale leading another lap. There's that second pack. And there's a group of 3. And some stragglers. And there's Robert Bokum. So something happened here. The 18 car showing 28 seconds behind. I don't know what happened to Robert. But here comes the field, and you can see that's not a big gap there. With this big, huge train bearing down on you. Wow, that's I'll say it's unusual, and we'll see how this plays out. We hit lap 47 of 80. Watching some side by side there with Bill Martino, Troy Higgins, Bill Farmer, Jeff Stone. Going toward the front here, Steve Weber has moved up into 5th. Our favorite, been a fixture in the top 5 and 4th. Dave Jandry also has been there all race long. He's in 3rd. Sam Young. And it looks like one of those, you ever watch those demolition derbies where they tie all the cars together? That's what Jeff, Sam have looked like this whole race. Jeff leading, pulling Sam along in 2nd. As we jump up into our helicopter, the FSB racing helicopter. Get a little view from above here. As they come down the tri-oval on the front straightaway. See a little side-by-side again. See the 2 car on the outside there, Wayne Osborne. See this outside line, you can just see that those 2 have pushed. They got to push there and open that gap up that they could have ducked down into, but the outside line is seemingly coming alive a little here as we see Troy Higgins and Jeff Stone really making it work right now. And there we see the 5 of Nicole Johnson there, kind of in the center of your picture on the outside line, number 5 car, kind of in that purplish color. You see she's slowly bringing the other 2 in the outside line. She's slowly reeling them in. And now we got contact. Jeff Stone's hard into the wall. Oh man. And that's all it takes, folks. That is all it takes. Little contact with Jeff in the 63 of Monty Lindbergh. Unfortunately, the outside guy usually pays the price. Stone hard into the outside wall. Everyone else getting underneath him. And then the agonizing slow spin down the track. Tough break. Take a look at the car here. And doesn't look too bad. I do see some damage. Not too bad. Little hammer, little Bondo, little tape, be good as new. There's the man, Jeff Hale, lap 51 of 80. Basically led every lap except under caution. And as we come down for pit stops, this could be a very important stop. Let's check our laps here. Lap 51, so we have basically 29 laps remaining, 18 on fuel, so right now no one can make it to the end. Even if you stayed out probably until the pace car was on its last lap, don't think you can top up enough. So everyone's going to have to make one more stop. Okay. Stops are complete. Let's bring up our scoring. We're on now lap 52 of 80. 29 laps to go. As I said, 17, let's say, on fuel. So if I add 52 and 17, that just comes out to 69 laps. So they're still going to be 12 laps short. So what do? Well, you can count back from 17. 80 minus 17 comes out to what? 63. Let's say you want to be conservative. Let's say lap 64. So will we see cars coming in on around lap 64 or not? We shall see. But that's something to look for. Of course, if they do the 18 lap run, or let's say 17 lap run, still got to stop. You still got to not quite top up, but with 11 laps to go, and you're only doing 18 on a full tank, you got to get, that's almost 3/4 of a tank. So you're still going to be in the pits for a little bit. Short pitting while losing touch with the leader, what it allows you to do is to get back out on the track and up to speed while all the others are pitting. So when you come back around, you're at full song when those guys are coming out of the pits and getting up to speed. So you can gain that advantage. Obviously, pitting first. The reality is you sometimes run out of those laps. So if you pit one lap too early, you might regret it. Like I said, I think you can do 17. So if I was using 17 as the number, then 63. If I come in on lap 63, I cross the line on laps, make it 64, I should be good to go. But right now, there's five cars ahead of the 29. Let's take a look at who's up there. The 30 and 77, Team Voodoo Motorsports. 108 of Dog Palmer is also up there. 5 of Nicole Johnson is her leader. Nicole appears to have elected to stay out. 07 peels off. I'm sure we'll see the lights out on the pace car as we cross the line. And we'll be back green flag racing at lap 55. 26 laps to go. And we're getting ready to go back green flag racing. Nicole Johnson is our new leader, so first real shakeup of the front. Jeff Hale in an unaccustomed spot, 5th place. Very unusual. He hasn't been that far back the entire race. Let's see how he handles it with cars in front and behind him. I'm sure he'll do just fine. But some fresh faces here in the top 5. We got the 5, 108, 77, 30. So we appreciate them taking a gamble here, not stopping, getting the track position. Uh, Again, the mindset I believe here is that, you know what, we're gonna have to make a stop anyways. Might as well stay out, lead a lap. Who knows what can happen? Cautions come out, you can get, fixed back up if you need it. You can dive back in then, at least without losing a lap, or getting buried too far behind on a green flag stop. So here we go. Nicole will lead him down to the green. Oh, parched. Nicole is our leader. 108 to Dog Palmer second, Pat Rouchet in third. Guidry fourth, Jeff Hale fifth, Sam in sixth. And now it looks like Dog has elected to go down into the low line. Of course, oh, and we got a wreck. A big wreck. I could see, almost could see that coming there. And it looks like Dog really took a pounding there. Well, that wasn't a very good view of things. Let's see if we can make this a little better and figure out what happened. Not quite liking these angles here, folks. Okay, well, let's see. Let's ride with we'll ride with Dog here, and we'll keep it in slow, and we can see. Well, that's interesting in regards. Let's see what happened with Mike here. Very unlike. Contact and Mike don't go together. I mean, the guy's a clean racer here. Let's see what happens. Aha, there's contact between the 63 car and the 30. There's the drafting, and then the 63 and it looked like the 30 was coming down just a little. The 63 came up just a little. I almost want to say it's a racing incident, but what that caused was Mike getting Dog in the quarter panel and spinning him as well. Jeff Hale, nowhere to go. There was contact there, big time. And you can see these two cars took a pounding against the wall. And there's contact with Mike Sanders. And you can see they're still wrecking. And another hit on Mike Sanders. So a lot of carnage here. As we go back live, check on the 29 car is really beat up. Oh man. A smoker. I think that's the Dog. I thought Dog didn't smoke. You're on fire, son. Just get out of the car. It's not worth it. As we slowly make our way to the front of the field again. And the 15 car, Matt Watkins, the Nintendo slush puppy ride, huh? Nice. Yeah, Matt is shown in the second position. Yes, that's not a typo. Not a typo. Lights are still on the pace car. We're on lap 58 of 80. Closing in on that 20 to go marker. Again, 17, 18 laps, though, is fuel. So if you can't get to that window yet, there's really no reason to stop right now, in my opinion. Remains to be seen, I think. Looking at our running order, 83 Steve Weber, 15 of Matt Watkins, 23 Jim Scharf, 26 of Bill Martino, and the 72 of Mike Pruitt are our top 5. And welcome back, lap 58 of 80 here at FSBRacing.com, Aero 88 Series, Friday night Winston Cup. Lights are out. Lights are out on the pace car. Alright. Getting ready to go back to some green flag racing as we close in on 20 to go, 22 laps to go right now. 63 car showing in front there is a lap down. As we go through the field, we see that the 30 and the 18 have retired. So Robert Boca must have had something go on with that car. It must have been a mechanical issue. But it does show retired, so the car itself, that means, may not have been undrivable, but maybe just so far off the pace that it didn't make sense. Of course, Mike Guidry, we just saw in that incident, 303 Ken Ron is showing a lap down. Monty's showing actually on the tail end of the lead lap now. So Monty will start will lead the field. He will not be in the inside line. He will stay on the outside line. Ken Ron, one lap down, can come up to the front to the inside line. Getting ready to start this thing up again. 21 laps to go. Pace car is off. Our leader is Steve Weber in the 83. Monty in the 63 is now showing on the tail end of the lead lap. 15 of Matt Watkins second. 23 Jim Scharf third. So Monsoon Motorsports making a strategic move here. Worked their way to the front. And now the 83 and 15. See if they can just stick together and distance themselves from some of these other cars that are really fighting hard. '83 Steve Weber is our leader, 15 of Matt Watkins second, Jim Sharf third in the 23 ride, Bill Martino fourth, Mike Pruitt fifth, Sam sixth. Just a bad break for Jeff there. Let's take a look at where he is. And there we see Jeff Hale there. Jeff now showing in the '16th position. Wow. That ain't good. But right now, our leader is Steve Weber. Very mellow at the front. Weber's continues to lead. Matt Watkins still second. Jim Star third. Bill Martino fourth. Mike Pruitt fifth. Unchanged so far. We're on lap 64 of 80. Glad you can join us. FSBRacing.com. We're on the Aero 88 series, Friday night racing. As we're coming down to the conclusion of the race, about 17 laps remaining. Steve Weber is your leader in the 83 car. Matt Watkins in the 15 second. Jim Sharf in third. 26 and 72, fourth and fifth. And then we get back to Sam in sixth, Bill Farmer, Dave Jandry, Guy Petra, and the 50 car of George Iman. So we really have now, it appears, we'll call it a 14-car breakaway. 53 at TG Reese showing about 4.5 seconds behind this group of cars. See that Steve Weber is taking a page out of Jeff Hale's book here. He's staying low. He's leading lap after lap. He's not giving anyone an opportunity to definitely get to the inside of him, except like right there. But of course, he also is smart in having a teammate behind you. And in this case, your teammate is Matt Watkins, so you can certainly feel good about that. As the laps wind down, Steve Weber, Matt Watkins, 1-2, Jim Sharf, 3. Lap 68, still a little early to make a move. We'll also have to make pit stops. When will it happen? Very content here. The two Monsoon boys are of just riding around. You see, no one really behind them is willing to make any kind of challenge either. So if all things being equal, you're going to stay down there and just log the laps. But if you're into like 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, I mean, you're either going to finish 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, or you can make a stab at winning a race. We'll see who takes that stab in the laps to come. But it's always nice to have teammates. Always nice. Well, let's see what we got here, folks. We got lap 70 of 80. We're coming to the inside of 10 laps. Coming down to the end of this race. Steve Weber is our leader. Matt Watkins second. Jim Sharf third. Bill Martino fourth. Mike Pruitt fifth. Then Sam, Bill, Dave Jandry, Guy Petra. All running that low line, all nose to tail. Will someone be willing to step out of the comfort zone here and try to win this race? Way too early right now. Got to make your move when, if you fail, that the race ends and not that you have to go around 2 more laps or you're doomed. As we go back to our leaders, 83 and 15 continue to log laps. 9 laps to go. I would think these cars in this grouping right around here, if they could jump to the outside all together and make headway, they could do it. But I don't know if there's enough friendly faces around to make that move. So we see the 151 has peeled off and down pit lane. So we see that the beat up 108 car is also in pit lane. Ma Palmer, your boy had a tough night tonight, so might be a little ornery come morning time. As guy takes his service and he is out. But really, the only car to come down pit road. That's definitely going to hurt him as he gets up to speed and needs to draft and cannot do it. I don't know what that was. I don't know if you saw it either. But what we are seeing is the laps winding down. 6 laps to go. And as we slowly meander back to the front, we see that it's the Steve and Matt show still. Jim Sharp third, Bill Martino fourth, Mike Pruitt fifth. That's unchanged since the green came back out. 5 laps to go. Thought I would be seeing pit stops. Maybe I'm wrong about the fuel mileage. Wouldn't be the first. Certainly won't be the last. There's our top 2. There's our top 3 right there. They have now separated themselves from the remainder of the field. There we see George Hyman desperately trying to gather back in. We see Matt Watkins now, Jim Sharp and Steve Weber and Mike Pruitt all peeling off in the pit lane. And the 26 and the 06 of Bill Martino and Bill Farmer. So the top cars there, well organized, got in very cleanly to the pit stops. So we see 23 finally getting to his stall. Little top up and away he goes. Wow, that was a very short top up. I don't know if he got enough gas in there. But Matt Watkins comes out fastest of anyone, but he's all by himself. We'll keep an eye here on Matt Watkins and see what happens here. Yeah, I'm exhausted, people. I'm sorry. I apologize for yawning. I'm exhausted. But Matt Watkins is not exhausted. He's in 16th position currently. There is 4 laps remaining. Now 3 laps remaining. What will happen? There we're looking at TG Reese, Pat Rouchet, Jeff Stone. Let's see if we can find the 50 car. There he is. There's our leader, the 50 car, George Hyman. Nicole Johnson second. Sam Young third. Dave Jandry fourth. Joe Cutt fifth. Laps are winding down. I have to think that the winner will be coming from this group of 5 now. What a big win this would be for George. Oh, man. Of course, George didn't run full-time last season. He is back. I saw him in the Sportsman Cup race earlier this week. And here he is again. So good to see you back, George. And what a way to come back with a potential Winston Cup Daytona victory. Down the backstretch they go. This should be a thrilling finish here as the white flag is out. One to go, one to go. White flag is out. George Iman, Nicole Johnson. Now they're side by side. Nicole made her move. Which way will Sam go? Will he stay low? Will he go up high? Dave Jandry up high. And Sam kind of taking the middle ground. And what a move by Nicole. Looks like George has run out of fuel, actually. Or had to really get off the gas. Now the question is, will Nicole have enough fuel? We'll watch the 5 as she gets into turn 3. What a finish. What a finish. Wow. Let's take a look at this pass by Dave Jandry for the win. Just made a move on the outside and just powered around the outside of Nicole there. What a move by Dave Jandry. And Dave Jandry will be your winner. And he only led the last lap, folks. Unbelievable. What a finish by Dave Jandry. Great move. Nicole, tough, heartbreaking, half a second behind in second. Sam Young third. Joe Cutt fourth. Mark Favorite fifth. Great finish for Mark and Joe Cutt. Allen been really quiet tonight. Didn't call his number out very hard often. Brings it home in sixth. Another Voodoo. Pat Rouchet in seventh. Nicole. So Voodoo a 2, 6, and 7. Not bad. Ken Hansen comes back to finish 8th. Jeff Stone 9th. Rounding out the top 10 is the 29 car Jeff Hale, who unfortunately was the class of the field but got caught up in a little incident there. There's our race winner, the 51 car, Dave Jandry. Congratulations to Dave. Great win. And as we look, there is our official standings. 18 cars finished on the lead lap. 29 cars finished running in the race. Excuse me, 30 if we count Dog's car in the pits. And then we had our retirements. Chet Barkin, Troy Higgins, Mike Guidry in an accident. Still don't know what happened with Robert Copeland. Bill Yarbrough was also involved in some incidents. Rick Sconner had a blowed up motor. So that rounds out our top 36 drivers. As you see, the top 4 have a group of 2, Dave Jandry and Nicole Johnson. Then Sam Young and Joe Cutt were a second little pair. And then we had the rest of the guys. Wow, Dave Jandry leading one lap. And it's the most important lap, folks. And that's what all that really matters as a racer is that you lead the one that the guy's waving the checkered on. So great job by Dave Jandry. Really nice job. And with Dave, see here as we see as the guys rejoin the main channel here after the race to chat it up a little. We will see if we can get a quick word with Dave Jandry. See if I can find him first of all here. There he is. Okay, and we'll see here if Dave Jandry can jump up here in the booth with me to have a quick chat. And yeah, great finish there. Okay, and Dave said he's about ready here, so we will welcome Dave into the broadcast booth here. Hang on just a second. All right, and with a crazy finish to the end of this race, everyone in line all race long, and then chaos breaks out on lap 80, and somehow, some way, that 51 car is in victory lane. Dave, that's a win that you can tell your grandkids about.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. We had Sam down on our team channel, and Jeff and Joe were in there too, and we were all talking about how close it was going to be at the end, and who we thought could make it that was in front of us and who couldn't, and where they were going to pit. And you could tell that the last 2 or 3 laps, cars were slowing down. We're trying to figure out who was running out of gas at the still on the track, and it was pretty crazy out there. It was a lot of
Yeah,
fun though.
yeah, it was a crazy finish. It looked like hard to tell from my point of view, but either you got the one of the greatest drafts and runs to the outside there at the end, or Nicole maybe got off the gas. I did see a little smoke there, so I don't know if maybe that was a distraction to her.
I think she ran out. I'm not really sure. There's a lot of cars running out on the track.
That could have been it too, because I was
Yeah, there was
wondering some
fuel
stretching
was going to
there.
be really tight, and we knew that going in the last run. If it went green, it was going to be down to the last lap, and the second to the last lap was the deciding factor of whether we were going to pit or not. And we all thought we could clutch it, at least clutch it around the track and make it without running out. And it was pretty much that close. I ran out right as I crossed the start finish line.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Perfect timing. So yeah, just a great win, Dave. Welcome back.
Hey, thank you.
Always good to see you, man. We miss you on Wednesdays. Um, and yeah, that's a great way to start your season, man. Are you gonna be running the full season here on Friday nights?
I'm not sure. I got a kind of a new job title at work, and it's I got to do a little bit more studying, and I got to learn some stuff, so it's eating up some more time. So as things settle down, I've had it for probably about 4 months now. So as things settle down a little bit, I think I'll try to get back on the track. Certainly I like running the super speedways on Tuesdays and the pros with the pros on Wednesday. So I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, well, it'll be great to see you out there. And again, great win. And I'll drop you down here to the team channel
Yeah.
so
Hey,
you can
before I go, I just wanted to
soak
give a
in all
shout out
those
to my
congrats.
teammate who ran most of the race in first place and just had a little tough luck toward the end of the race there. Jeff Hale
Yeah, he
always
sure did.
runs these super speedway tracks tough, but
He sure does.
and
Yeah, just in the wrong place at the wrong time right there.
yep. And I wanted to say thanks to Sam too for working with me and basically leading and allowing me to save fuel more so than him, which helped me too and basically gave me the win at the end there. So thanks, Sam. Appreciate it.
No problem, Dave. No problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Greg.
No problem. Great win, Dave, and hope to talk to you again soon.
Okay. Thanks much. Appreciate it.
All right, Dave Jandry. There you see the fuel. The fuel was talked about. The fuel was a concern. He did what he had to do. That is so hard to do. I cannot do that. I want to, but I can't. And that's why again I'm in the booth and Dave is on the track drinking Budweiser and sitting in victory circle. So great job by Dave. See if we can get Nicole up here. Um, It's got to be a little disappointed, I'm sure. There's Nicole. Let me see if I can flag her down. So, a little shout out to Nicole there to see if she is able to uh, have a quick chat with us. See if did she run out or did Dave get that run? I tend to believe Dave that she may have run out of fuel right at there, or maybe sputtered the car a little as it's trying to pick up the fuel. And now we're joined by Nicole, our second place finisher. Nicole, I already had removed the champagne from Victory Lane, so because since you can't drink it. And then what happened?
I just ran out coming off of four. I knew it was going to be close between Dave and I. Dave was clutching as much as I was, and I knew it was going to be really, really close, and uh, just fell a little bit short.
Oh man.
but he
Oh man.
great job to Dave. He was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, man, I really thought that it was over there, and uh, wow, yeah, it was a stunning turn of events there at the end, and I know George ran out of gas as well, so it looked like he was going on his way to maybe a huge win, and then he ran out, and then you ran out, and there's Dave Jandry who said he ran out as he crossed the line, so just enough fuel for him and just not enough for you. But what about the rest of the race there? You kind of were in the mid pack there. You came up to the front for a bit, then you kind of went back there. Was that the strategy, or is that just the way it went?
Yes, I kind of decided I was going to stay in the back and ride it out until till the end and go. And with about 30 to go, there was a caution, and I'm like, well, we can make this. Everyone's got to stop one time, so I figured I'd stay out and see if it'd go green there, and I would have to make a quick stop with about 10 to go uh, and take my chances there. And then when that last caution came out with 26 to go, I'm like, well, 24 laps, I think we can pull that off if we clutch enough. And it just happened to work out where Dave and George and Pat all did the same thing, and I just kind of mimicked Dave there and tried to follow him. Clutched when he did, and just just a little bit short.
Yeah, that's a heartbreaker, but off to a good start this season so far. So a lot of racing left, and yeah, great finish. Great for the audience to watch that, and very good race. A lot of clean racing, a lot of single file racing though, Nicole. In practice, there was 2x2, 3x3. Was that just a conservative field approach there?
Yeah, it seemed to go that way. That everyone just kind of wanted to take it easy, which is good. I mean, it's a long race, 80 laps, is a long time, and uh, very happy that everyone really bided their time and uh, turned out good.
Yeah, sure did, and do appreciate you taking a little time here and chatting with us. And hey, second place, not too bad to start the season. Second place in points too.
Oh yeah, anytime. Give a shout out to Apple Collision Centers. They do a great job sponsoring the series, and Robert and everyone there.
Absolutely, absolutely, and also appreciate your sponsorship there of the Pro Cup Series. So it's all in the family here. I'll throw my name over on the Super Speedway Series, and we're all spending money here.
That's right, but that's what makes it fun.
That's
There's a lot of
exactly
fun.
what makes it fun, and do appreciate it, Nicole. I'll drop you back, or you can exit stage left on your own. Uh,
All right, take care.
but appreciate it, Nicole, and congratulations on the good finish.
Yeah, thanks, Greg.
All right, well, there we go. Our top two there. Pretty decent race. It looked like George, looked like Nicole. Ends up Dave. Could have been Jeff Hale. Best car all night. Just didn't work out. Wrong place, wrong time for him. Then we saw, then we saw those other guys come to the front, and in the end, Dave Jandry had a .002 gallons of gas remaining more than everyone else, and that was the difference as he took the checkers and starting this Winston Cup season with a big win. So congratulations to Dave, Nicole, the rest of the field, everyone for participating. 36 car field, we do appreciate that. And we look forward to our next broadcast, Wednesdays and Friday nights. Check it out, fsbracing.com. Go on the website. If you're interested, you can sign up. You'll get an email from the boss man. He'll tell you what to do. You do it, you'll be racing just like these 36 guys were tonight. And do appreciate everyone who does watch and comments again. Always appreciate it. And we look forward to our next broadcast. So we'll see you when we see you. FSBRacing.com.